Sir Jim Ratcliffe details Man United issue he wants to address. This is not about the manager. Manchester United's minority owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe insists the environment for managers at Old Trafford has not lent itself to being successful as Erik ten Hag's future is questioned. Sir Jim Ratcliffe acknowledges that the environment at Man United has not been ideal for managers. Sir Jim Ratcliffe acknowledges that the environment at Man United has not been ideal for managers. Sir Jim Ratcliffe stopped short of saying whether he supports Erik ten Hag, but maintained his Manchester United focus is on creating a driven environment. The British billionaire purchased a minority stake in the Red Devils earlier this season and has set about making the necessary changes. All of those have come off the pitch with key individuals arriving this summer. But on the pitch the club face the prospect of their worst ever finish in the Premier League era. That has seen the pressure ramp up on Ten Hag, who is only into his second year at Old Trafford. He's failed to build on his first season with the team seemingly going backwards. As a result, the Dutchman's position is under threat, but Ratcliffe insisted he doesn't yet have the environment to be successful. He told Bloomberg, "This is not about the manager. If you look at Manchester United in the last 11 years, it's not doing terribly. None of the managers have done terribly well. There's been some really good coaches that have come to Manchester United, so you know the conclusion from that has to be that the environment for the coach has not been a successful one, because none of them have been successful." Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney's broken relationship. He is not my friend. Premier League club make major mistake and reveal young player of the season winner early, and, Erik's working in that same environment, so our focus is on how do we change that environment and the structure that provides the environment for the coach. United have failed to mount a Premier League charge since the days of Sir Alex Ferguson, and last season's Carabao Cup success marked the end of 6 years without silverware. Omar Barada will come in as the club's chief executive, leaving Manchester City to take up the role. Jason Wilcox has come on board from Southampton as the technical director, and the highly rated Dan Ashworth is looking to join from Newcastle, with that battle going to arbitration after the Magpies demanded a huge compensation package. Erik ten Hag faces an uncertain future in Manchester. Ratcliffe added on his plan, "It's an elite sport, so we need an environment which is driven. It's going to be competitive. It's quite intense because you're an elite sportsman, you need to be in a driven environment, but equally you need some support, you need some warmth in it, and they haven't." Man United news. Sir Jim Ratcliffe handed Thomas Tuchel boost as manager signs contract. Manchester United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is weighing up Erik ten Hag's future, with 2 games of the season left to potentially determine whether or not he continues as manager. Erik ten Hag is preparing for what could be his final Premier League match as Manchester United manager on Sunday, and there's plenty at stake. The Red Devils visit Brighton, where they've never won a league game with fans in attendance since the Seagulls were promoted in 2017. Thanks to beating Newcastle 2-1 on Wednesday, United can still finish in 7th and qualify for at least the Conference League, a backstop if they fail to beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final and miss out on the Europa League. Ten Hag's hot-button future may well be on the line in these final 2 games of what's been a wretched 2023-24 season, with co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his INEOS colleagues sounding out replacement candidates, one of whom is now officially available. Thomas Tuchel won't be performing a U-turn and staying at Bayern Munich, the German coach has confirmed. Reportedly admired by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS, Tuchel has been linked with succeeding Erik ten Hag in the Manchester United dugout. Speaking to journalists ahead of Bayern's trip to Hoffenheim on Saturday, the former Chelsea boss explained how he failed to reach an agreement with Bayern bosses to reverse their decision to part ways, which was announced in February. Speculation had been growing surrounding his position following an underwhelming Women's Super League campaign, but the former Birmingham City women manager has been given United's and seemingly INEOS backing. Verane will leave the club at the end of the campaign when his contract expires. Everton's Jared Branthwaite, Gleisen Bremer of Juventus and Bayer Leverkusen's Edmund Tapsoba are all understood to be on United's radar. Ten Hag hails Fernandes amid Bayern Munich's interest in Bruno Fernandes. United manager Erik ten Hag, speaking this lunchtime, described the Portuguese international as a very important player. Bayern are understood to be interested in the prospect of signing the United captain this summer, as are Inter Milan. Fernandes is believed to be receptive to leaving the club amid the possibility of missing out on European qualification. Ten Hag told the media, "It's the same question as last week. So I answered the same answer. Now in all the years he was a tremendously important player for Manchester United and creating the most chances across the Premier League. So many assists, so many goals. It's clear he's a very important player for us." United players fear Fernandes will leave amid Bayern interest. Members of United's squad are fearful that Bruno Fernandes could leave Old Trafford this summer amid Bayern Munich's interest in the midfielder. The Reds skipper is understood to be receptive to leaving the club amid the possibility they could fail to qualify for European competition for the first time in a decade. Inter Milan, along with Bayern, are also interested in his signature Premier League is Dumfries' preferred destination amid United links. According to a report by Italian publication La Gazzetta dello Sport, Inter Milan right-back Denzel Dumfries would prefer to move to the Premier League this summer amid reports linking United with his signature. The Netherlands international has been linked with a move to Old Trafford at various stages in the last couple of years, and it is looking increasingly likely that he will leave Inter this summer. Aston Villa, earlier this week, were also credited with interest in the attack-minded fullback. Southgate words are music to United ears as Ratcliffe's radical change is coming. Erik ten Hag's last game at Old Trafford could be on Wednesday night, and the debate about who should replace him has only intensified among fans over the last few weeks. There was a surge in momentum behind a potential appointment of Gareth Southgate in March, and the bookmakers made him the favorite for the United job. The reports claiming Southgate had become the front-runner to replace ten Hag didn't go down well with supporters, who rightly suggested he's underqualified for the role. Southgate has been the most successful England manager since Sir Alf Ramsey, but his previous experience of club management saw Middlesbrough relegated from the Premier League. Denmark boss not worried about United duo. Denmark head coach Kasper Hjulmand has admitted he is not worried about Christian Eriksen's and Rasmus Højlund's respective situations at United ahead of the European Championship. Denmark will begin their European Championship campaign on June 16, facing Slovenia. Both Eriksen and Højlund are expected to be named in their squad for the tournament in Germany. Despite a recent increase in minutes, Eriksen has not played as often as he would have liked this season. Højlund, meanwhile, has struggled for goals in recent weeks. Despite those two factors, Hjulmand is not concerned, telling Ekstrabladet, "I'm not that worried. I am very happy that Christian has been playing a few minutes lately. It is extremely difficult to shine in a team that struggles to make the connection work. We know in this world that things can quickly go either way." I am happy that they are both in a good condition. So in that way I'm not too worried about those. 2. Bayern looking at Fernandes. According to a report by the Independent, Bayern Munich are looking at the prospect of signing United captain Bruno Fernandes in this summer's transfer window. Fernandes has been linked with an exit from Old Trafford in recent weeks and recently admitted he will not make a decision on his future until after this summer's European Championship campaign with Portugal. The report states Bayern believe they can sign Fernandes because of increasing frustration at United. It adds that United's hierarchy would be willing to do a deal because of the need to sell players in the coming months. Ten Hag issues encouraging Martinez update. United manager Erik ten Hag has said defender Lisandro Martinez is set to be included in the matchday squad for tomorrow night's clash with Newcastle United. Martinez has experienced a season to forget on the injury front, being limited to just 11 appearances in all competitions. He last featured against Brentford on March 30. Speaking at this lunchtime's press conference, Ten Hag said, Licha Martinez, I think he will return to the squad. He's done some sessions with us and we plan for him to be available if this afternoon everything goes right in training. He will return to the squad. Atletico leading Greenwood race. Atletico Madrid are leading